Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome to another video by Dinoco Blue 43. And today we'll be taking a look at Finn McMissle with the breather from the new 2016 Oil Rig Getaway series. He is a deluxe for that year. I do absolutely love his art. It looks very nice. As you can see, it is taken directly from the movie when he was scuba diving underwater, and we'll talk more about where he appeared in the movie later on in the video. And one thing that makes him unique from the rest of the Oil Rig Getaway cards is that his is the only one that has a different background, because as you can see, the background for this is of him underwater, and they didn't use the oil rig background, so it's nice how they kind of switched it up. It kind of contrasts it from the normal trend, and is the only one that is exclusive to him. No other 2016 car, or I should especially say any 2016 Oil Rig Getaway car, has that background, so that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, we see the Car Dare to Garage app logo, and it is number 6 out of 8 in the Oil Rig Getaway series. Unfortunately, along with many other 2016 cars I should say nowadays, have the instructions for the Car Dare Garage app, ruining our cars because it's covering the whole back. I would love to see some of the other cars getting released in this series, such as Grem with helmet, Acer with helmet, or Toga Trunkov. Those are some ones that have yet to come out, so I'd love to see those on the back rather than these idle and very frustrating instructions. But nonetheless, from that we see a nice picture of Finn McMissle determined, like getting away from an explosion that he created, and a description for the Oil Rig Getaway series, and it reads: "The Lemons think they've trapped Finn McMissle on an oil rig, but the secret agent plummets into the ocean for a dramatic escape." Now, what I find kind of odd and funny at the same time is, as you can see, the description, the end of the description reads, "The secret agent plummets into the ocean for a dramatic escape." That's really just describing this Submarine Finn McMissle, I should say Finn McMissle with breather. Now, I'll be right back with Finn McMissle with breather out of the package. Here is the Finn McMissle breather out of the package, and wow, I am very impressed by Mattel for making this. After 5 years, we finally get a corrected version of Submarine Finn McMissle. And yes, this technically isn't a new variation of a Finn McMissle. It is an upgrade of a variation of Finn McMissle, because this really is a variation, not a variation, I should say a huge upgrade to the old Submarine Finn McMissle. And the old Submarine Finn McMissle was completely inaccurate to the movie. First of all, he didn't even have a breather, and if a car or a human, even for that, if a human didn't have a breather underwater, he probably survived, I say, up to 2 minutes before he's drowned. So that was inaccurate there. His fins weren't up on the back, so that was inaccurate there. And his expression was inaccurate too, because his expression on the old version looked a lot more tired. He just looked tired and lazy on that expression on the old version, but this one has a more determined expression. So I definitely love this one a lot more than the old one. So now he appeared at near the beginning of the the second Cars movie, after escaping from the Lemons, when the Lemons think that he died. Right before here, there's some tires that popped out of the back of him and went up, so the Lemons would think that he drowned in the water. So that's where he appeared. It was a pretty cool scene, one of my favorite scenes actually from the movie. It was a pretty cool scene. He has this nice determined expression, like I said, I really do love it. His breather right here is what they call on Finn McMissle a breather, but he doesn't just have a breather. He obviously has the fins on the side, the hydrofoil wheels, I guess you could say, and the fins hyped up on the back. So he definitely does not just have a breather, he has a lot more stuff on him. He has an M logo on the front of his hood there, probably resembling the type of car he is, or McMissle, since that matches the first letter of his last name. He has some nice gray headlights right there, as you can see, on each side, which is normal for every car, of course. Now here is one of those things that where he holds his weapons. His weapon will come out of here, if you remember from the movie. He pulled it out many times in the movie. Same on the other side, that's where one of the places where he keeps his weapons. The tires in the front are closed. You see he has that closed where the fender would be, or the tire would be, I should say. So that's cool, and the back ones are extended out, not in like the tires on the front, because they are used to help it move. They're like propellers, so it reminds me of an actual submarine, definitely, where they move. That's what it's used for. They're nice tires as well. That's the same and everything. Just looks awesome in my opinion. On the back, we see 314 FMCM as his license plate, and 314, I do believe, is supposed to resemble the actor who voiced Finn McMissle in the cartoon movie, who was Michael King. I think that's supposed to represent his birthday, which is March 14th. So that's pretty cool how they resemble that onto the diecast here. And his fins in the back kind of remind me of Flo or Timothy Time Zone Truco. The ones that have those fins in the back. His fins right here kind of remind me of those. I don't know about you guys, but it does for me. He has his nice flat eyelids, of course, and like I said, nice determined expression. He has this like light blue, a glossy light blue paint job. He has the same M logo on his trunk that he does on his hood. And the base really just is a plain blue base, other than the normal black base that is on the regular Finn McMissle and other versions. And here's where the breather connected. It connects to the bottom of him right there, which is pretty cool. And now he does have a lot of stuff or information on the base. Not as much as that, is definitely actually lower than expected. I expected to have a lot more than that, but that still is quite a lot. Even nowadays, even though there's a lot, that still is short, even though it's a lot. So that proves how much information Mattel puts on their cars, on the cars' bases nowadays. And now there was also another car, another variation of Finn McMissle that appeared in the same scene in 2011. This is Hydrofoil Finn McMissle here now. He is kind of inaccurate to the movie as well, but he definitely wasn't as inaccurate as Submarine Finn McMissle. And Hydrofoil Finn McMissle hasn't gotten released since the 2012 Deluxe night, so it was nice to see. I hope he gets re-released sometime. I thought he'd be released in the Oil Getaway series this year, but I'm glad they stuck with the corrected Submarine Finn McMissle. I definitely would have preferred this. I definitely would prefer this over this to be released. And as you see, he has the nice hydrofoils. These are just for comparison purposes. This one appeared literally a couple of seconds right before this one. So they got two variations of Finn McMissles out in like 2 minutes. So that's Mattel like pumping out the releases right there, I guess you can say. And there's a comparison. Nothing too similar, of course. His tires in the front are up like on the Submarine Finn McMissle version. On the back, of course, has the same license plates, obviously. But this one has the fin and this one does not. And obviously this one is to make it look like a submarine. And this one is just to be hydrofoil. Now, my question for you guys, which is probably an easy question to answer, is which one do you prefer? Finn McMissle with breather or the submarine? Not the submarine, I mean the hydrofoil Finn McMissle right here. Mine is definitely Finn McMissle with breather. I just love him. He probably is my favorite variation of Finn McMissle, actually. So that is it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy, but there's one thing I'd like to mention before I end this video is that I'm sorry that I didn't post on Sunday. Now, I know that some of you guys probably do not know because I don't believe I ever mentioned on my channel before, but I have a schedule where I upload videos. I'm only going to be uploading videos on Sundays, Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, and Thursdays as well. I forgot to mention that. I'll never post on Mondays or Wednesdays just because I feel like those are my days off, I guess you can kind of say. And the reason this is coming out on Monday is because I missed Sunday because I was busy doing other stuff like displaying cars and wasn't able to upload. I went to a cool place called Rebounders, which is a cool active place that I went to with my family, and I'm extremely sorry for that, but the only reason this is getting published today is because I missed Sunday, and I'm extremely extremely sorry for that. And just so you guys know also is that there may be some Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, or Sundays where there won't be videos out. Like, for example, say there's a video out on Tuesday, but there's not one on Thursday, but there is one on Friday and Saturday and not one on Sunday. But then the following week, there isn't one on Tuesday, there is one on Thursday, there isn't one on Friday and Saturday, but there is one on Sunday. Hope that made sense. I'll never post three videos in 3 days. I'm just going to try to spread the part. The most I can do in multiple days are 2. Like, just so you guys know, if one video comes out the day before another video, don't expect to see another video until at least 2 days. Stay tuned for more reviews coming soon, and I'll see you guys by then. Signing off.